Good evening, good people, and welcome back to What's New with ME, where we take the world's most serious headlines and ask the one question nobody else seems to be brave enough to ask. Okay, but does it actually make sense? Tonight, we are covering alleged war crimes in Venezuelan waters, courtroom dramas that feels ripped straight out of a Netflix crime doc, a Nobel Prize moment that actually deserves respect, followed immediately by a FIFA peace trophy that has the internet collectively spitting out their coffee, and Australia saying, yeah, kids are officially done with social media. Buckle up. This one is layered like tiramisu. Segment one, boat strikes in Venezuelan waters, war crimes or operations. So let's start internationally because what's happening off the coast of Venezuela is raising some serious questions. Reports are emerging about boat strikes in Venezuelan waters, alleging that involved armed forces targeting vessels suspected of smuggling, trafficking, and opposition activity. But here's the issue. According to international humanitarian law, attacking civilian vessels without clear military justification can cross the line from enforcement into war crimes. Now, governments love vague language. Maritime security operation, anti smuggling enforcement, threat neutralization. But human rights activists are asking the right questions. Were these civilian boats? Were there warnings issued? Was there an imminent military threat? Because under the Geneva Conventions, intent matters, but outcomes matter more. If civilians were harmed, detained unlawfully, or disappeared, this isn't just geopolitical. This becomes a case of international courts. And here is the part nobody wants to say out loud. If this were happening near US waters or European waters, we'd already be calling it what it actually is. So the question is not, did it happen? The question is, who gets held accountable and who gets immunity? Segment two, the Mangiani trial, defense claims versus physical evidence. So next, courtroom reality meets legal chess. The Mangiani trial has taken a turn, and the defense team is aggressively challenging the prosecution's evidence. They're claiming evidence was mishandled. Key timelines don't line up. Witness credibility is questionable. Classic defense strategy. But here is where it actually gets interesting. Prosecutors are countering with forensic consistency, physical evidence aligning with digital records, location data, pattern behavior before and after the alleged incident has happened. This trial is less about what happened and more about who controls the narrative. And juries don't just weigh facts anymore, they weigh presentation, emotional framing, reasonable doubt planted strategically. This case is shaping up to be a reminder that truth and proof are not always in the same thing in court. And that should make everyone a little uncomfortable. Segment three, the Walshe murder trial, the true crime, but real life. So let's talk about the Walshe murder trial because this one is a little bit disturbing, actually a lot. We're talking about conflicting alibis. We're talking about digital footprint that don't lie. We're talking about details so graphic that even seasoned courtroom observers are shaken. This case feels like true crime content, but it's not entertainment. There's a real victim, a real family, and real consequences. What stands out here is how technology is quietly becoming the most reliable witness. And search histories, location data, surveillance timing. You can lie to people. You probably can lie on the stand, but your phone, yeah, that thing remembers everything. And juries are starting to trust data more than testimony, which again raises a bigger question. Are we entering an era where human memory matters less than metadata? Segment four, a real Nobel Peace Prize and a peace trophy that broke the internet. So let's talk contrasts here for a little bit because the universe had jokes this week. First, Maria Corina Machado receiving the Nobel Peace Prize. That's not symbolic fluff. That's recognition for sustainable resistance, for political courage and advocacy under a real threat. Whether you agree with her politics or not, this award reflects consistency, sacrifice, global democratic relevance. Now, hard pivot. To the left, to the left. Meanwhile, FIFA presents a peace trophy to Donald Trump. And the internet said, is this satire? Because what's new with ME is going to love this piece. Look, this isn't a partisan take. This is about optics. The Nobel Prize is rooted in measurable impact, in long-term consequences, in global consensus. The FIFA Peace Trophy, it felt more like a photo op with confetti to appease one person. And the contrast became the story. One award grounded in substance, the other grounded in spectacle. And the world noticed. Segment 5, Australia bans social media for under 16-year-olds. So let's end this with something that might actually shape up the future. Australia has officially banned social media use for anyone under 16. Not restricted, not monitored, banned. The reasoning? Mental health decline, anxiety and depression spike, algorithmic manipulation, online harm. And here is what's wild. This wasn't controversial in Australia. Parents said, finally. Educators said, thank you. Mental health experts said, we've been warning you. Meanwhile, the rest of the world is asking, is this government overreach or overdue protection? Because look, let's be honest. In my generation, we didn't grow up being rated, ranked, filtered, and algorithmically judged before puberty. This generation is. And Australia just said, we are drawing the line. Now, whether other countries follow or fight is going to be one of the defining debates of the next decade. So tonight, we had a theme, and it wasn't chaos for a change. It was accountability, from international waters to courtrooms to global institutions and parenting in the digital age. The world isn't lacking information, folks. It is lacking responsibility, the ability to respond. And that is what we are watching unfold live right before our eyes. I'm Ali Mehdaoui. This is What's New with ME. If this episode made you think a little, even once, share it. We'll see you on the next episode.
Still marketing your business like it's the Yellow Pages era? Welcome to ME Studios, where local solopreneurs and small business owners catch up with the digital world and take over it. We help you go from invisible to undeniable. Featured on Spotify, iHeartRadio, Audible, Apple Podcasts, and Amazon Music. Plus, gain press exposure in over 100 to 300 major media outlets like Fox, ABC, CBS, NBC, and the CW. Right here in Eatontown, New Jersey, just steps away from the soon-to-be Netflix studios, our multi-unit facility is built for creators, entrepreneurs, and visionaries. Stop marketing like it's 1995. Start building your digital authority today with a team that gets it.